Hey guys, Figure Therapy here today, and we're going to be talking about the 1/8 scale Kotobukiya Senjougahara Hitagi from BakeMonogatari. So, this was part of their initial line of Monogatari statues. So, in addition to this one, they did Nadeko, they did, I want to say, Shinobu, but that was in Nisei, and they also did Kambaru in Bake. So, yeah, so definitely all three, and they also did a white Hanekawa from Bake as well. So those are kind of like the initial offerings. In terms of which ones are the nicest ones, as opposed to their good smile counterparts. Oh, drop something. I would say that the Kambaru is actually something that I would recommend people look into, just because if you're not a big fan of where the price is right now for the Kambaru, I'd definitely recommend getting the Kotobukiya one, just because it shows her more playfully lewd attitude, I would say. But yeah, focusing back on this figure itself, this is a relatively old figure. I actually got this secondhand, so go ahead and pop this open. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And there you go. So yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. So it's already open, so I can just go ahead and pop this top off. And then we'll go ahead and take that off. And then the inside of the box is that cool kind of crab pattern that she has. So there is that. And taking a look at the figure herself, she comes in a standard clamshell packaging. So I don't know why I tried to cut that even though it's already cut. But taking her out of the packaging, there she is. Her included accessories include this giant claw, which is the crab claw, and then her little staple that she is holding, or she's supposed to hold. I'm going to leave that in the packaging right now just because I don't really want to lose it, but it's her staple, so it's something that's kind of hasn't really changed throughout the ages, I guess. But let's go ahead and pop this claw on really quick. So this should just go on like this. There we go. The figure itself is a little dusty, but I believe that's from its previous owner, so I don't really mind that. I can just go ahead and clean that up later. What's cool about her is that her colors are much more muted. They're not that like vibrant sort of wisteria that she is commonly portrayed in. This is a much more like kind of grayish tone of pink and blue that her outfit has. And also I like that her hair is closer to her light novel counterpart. So for those of you who don't know, Senjougahara's hair actually isn't purple. It was made purple in the anime. In the manga, her hair, or not in the manga, in the light novel, her hair is actually just gray. So just a little bit more normal. But this pose is actually really nice. It's very I don't want to say dynamic because I keep using the word dynamic in my reviews, but it's very elegant. It flows really well. Just like the ougi that I talked about, I really like how the dress, the movement of the creases along the dress are really nice, and they're a little bit more striking than your normal kind of flowy kind of dress. What's also cool is that there's a lot of good shading on this figure. I definitely think it's one of those figures that Kotobukiya did a very good job on, just initial look so far. I also like how swept her hair is. It's very, I'm going to use dynamic. So the word that's very dynamic just because, you know, it's the perfect word for the situation. But basically, like, it just shows that she's kind of like descending in a sense. But yeah. And also what's cool is that there's this little hair part, which is not commonly seen on a Senjougahara figure, where her hair would fall to the front as opposed to the back. So that does make it pretty interesting. Her face itself is very sharp. That's kind of the word I would use to describe it. It's very sharp. The sculpt is nice. Her eyes are very kind of more what's the word? A little bit more cautious. I kind of like that. You know, as opposed to some of her other stuff, it definitely does remind me of the altar statue, the altar version of Senjougahara, where her eyes are a little bit more kind of like cold, and I do like that character trait of hers. Now, going on to the stand, she's actually screwed into her stand, so you don't really have to worry about her falling over, which is good. You know, that's a great thing. As opposed to this crab claw, you would kind of assume that this foot would be like on the crab claw or something, like pushed back, but it's actually not. It's kind of just floating in the back, which is a little awkward. I do love the crab claw. It's a very good thing to have, just because it's such a big part of her her arc. But yeah, that is really nice. But yeah, that's basically it for this one. It's really nice. There's a lot of really cool details, and also the hair is swept back, super nice. I believe this one, it originally retailed for, oh, it actually says in the box. It says 6,800 yen. So just a quick lesson for you guys. Kotobukiya's boxes, or I guess boxes in general, have a lot of information on them. And how you find that information is actually pretty simple. So you go to the box, the bottom of the box will actually tell you cautions, where the kind of materials, this is the address, and then these are more of the American stuff. Basically, this site, I think, is the comic book locator store or whatever. This basically tells you where to find certain products. These are 2 barcodes. So Kotobukiya is an interesting company because they have 2 different barcodes. So the JAN is for Japan only, and the UPC is for America. So sometimes if you guys are looking for something via barcode, I would recommend trying both just to see what kind of results pop up. Koto's information here in the US and as well as Japan, the company itself. And then if you look in this little corner, it actually tells you the name of the figure, the character, so that says Senjougahara Hitagi in Japanese, and then this is a serial number that refers to their system of figures. So if you know the Megami, like their Megami line, which is their model kit line, it'll say KP something something. So this says PP 390, and this number right here should be the original retail price, so the original MSRP, which is 6,800. So that's not that bad at all. For Kotobukiya, their figures are a lot cheaper, so I definitely recommend seeing if you guys can find one of these and pick it up, just because it is super nice. That's pretty much it for this one. I wanted to keep this one quick and concise. Everybody go home and buy this on Manda or eBay or whatever. And yeah, hopefully you guys get a good deal for it. I got mine for around basically retail. I paid retail for it. It was about $70 after shipping. I would recommend digging a little bit more. When I went to Japan a couple years ago, I found it at the Ami store for about $40, but it was missing its box. So at $70 in America, with the box and complete and everything, is actually not that bad of a deal. I've seen her go for around 70 to 90-ish. So she's still before the $100 range. So that's definitely a big thumbs up for her. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for more.